Okay, here we go, back again. Let's see who we got. Marcus Bell in the building. I don't know why it feels like it's been a while. It ain't been that long, right? But I just had to come on, man, because there's a few things I want to talk about. Not a great deal, but we got a fight night coming up tomorrow, and some fights coming up in the near future. And let's see. Yeah, it feel like it has. I don't know why, man. When was the last time I've been live? Was it Sunday? Yeah. I was on Sunday, so it's only been like a few days. All right, we'll get started here in a minute. Okay. Numbers keep jumping around. First six, seven people, then three, two. What's going on? Weird. Oh, Lolita says she's driving, but she's listening. All right, that's cool. However you want to do it, think of your safety. No texting while driving. So yeah, man, what are we gonna talk about? Well, I want to talk about this PFL fight a little bit. Let's see, Kayla Harrison versus Cindy Danwa, and then I want to go over the other fights on the card as well. I still can't get over the fact that you got the winners fighting more of the losers in the tournament. It don't really make sense, do it? That's something we gotta talk about. Two Beasts, what's up, man? So Lolita says she's driving, can't comment. That's fine. We get started here like another 3 minutes. Yeah, we'll see. We're gonna talk about that. I want to talk about that main fight between Kayla and Cindy, but I'll go down the whole list of fights. I just don't understand why you got the losers fighting. Why the losers are still in the tournament. And 2BC made some suggestions about a couple videos that I'm working on too. What do you say? The five opponents that could give Valentina trouble, or five opponents that could give Rose trouble. The Rose video is actually easier, but finding five opponents that can give Valentina trouble, that's tough, man. That really is. Okay, Colton, what's up? Cole said Dan Walker could be a good fight. Yeah, it could be. It could be a good fight. Oh man, it's nice out here today too, man. It's like 73, 73 and sunny. Okay, let's see here. One more minute. Just want to pull some stuff up here. Get this schedule up here. Let's see. PFL, heavyweights, lightweights. Interesting stuff here. I just don't understand why the losers are in this tournament still, man. Shouldn't the losers be fighting each other? Damn. Trying to make too much sense of this. It just don't make any sense though. That's why I can't make sense of it. All right. It's Torres, Angela Hill. Oh man, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. I mean, I like Liz Carmouche. I mean, I ain't got nothing against Liz Carmouche, but I didn't know. I didn't know she was making a come return back to the octagon this soon. I know Vanessa Porto was supposed to. To be said, upset of the year if Danwa wins. Possible, possible. No. Let me think. Out of all WMMA fights, Depending on who else fights. But yeah, I could see that being upset of the year. If Danwa was to win, yeah, that would be upset. That would be a big upset. I mean, you'd be throwing a big wrench into PFL's plans and so many other people's future plans, like Dana White and so on. All these fans that are believing in her. If she was to go in there and lose, even in like not even dominant fashion, oh yeah, that would be upset of the year. But all right, y'all, welcome back to another live stream. I'm back with another one, and today, man, just a few things I want to talk about. Let's see. First on the list here, got all this WMMA. I posted in the picture. Let's see. Let's talk about tomorrow night's Kayla Harrison versus Sydney Danwa, and let's just kind of go over the whole card. Just the women's lightweight division. And what do y'all think about the losers still being in this thing? That's something I want to talk about. And let's see. Guess we'll go from left to right. Tisha Torres versus Angela Hill 2. Rematch is on. How could this fight go? Want to talk about that. And Clarissa Shields versus Amanda Serrano. Not versus, excuse me. Clarissa Shields and Amanda Serrano. Not versus. They're not fighting, y'all. Don't jump to conclusions yet. No, they're not fighting. I want to talk about Clarissa and Amanda. Not versus. So I just want to talk about what moves they can make in WMMA that they couldn't in boxing. I'm going to spend a long time on it because I got another video coming about it. And there's a lot to kind of break down just about Clarissa and Amanda as a whole. Like, not Amanda Nunes, but Amanda Serrano. A few things I just want to talk about as far as their careers. Like, could they be bigger? Yeah, they could be bigger in WMMA. So I'm going to talk about that. And Valentina Shevchenko possibly making a comeback or return this year. Yeah, I think she can. So I want to just talk about who could be her opponent. And the last topic. I know I did the video and everybody was commenting on the weight bully thing. So I want to go back and just kind of get y'all's feel in on this live stream where we can just talk about Verna being too big for Kanako Murata. I mean, I didn't see it. Apparently, y'all didn't see it before the fight until she lost, but I just didn't see it. I just didn't see it. Robert Henry, what's up? Cole says the last fight on Kayla's contract. I think she's going to go somewhere else, but who knows? Yeah, if she was to finish out her contract here, she probably would just go off and try to do some negotiations with Dana White, and they would try to move on from there. They would try to move forward with her over there, As of now, the only person who has a chance of beating Kayla is Pacheco. Yeah, and she's already fought her twice, you know what I mean? So first time around was a tough fight. Second one was tough, but I still feel like she is the one to give her that trouble. Because she's the only one that's been able to hang with her, go with decision every time. So, yeah. So it'd be interesting if they disclose cage weights. Yeah. But yeah, all right. Got this thing pulled up here. Yeah, so tomorrow night, PFL 6 is going down. Sorry. I think I put PFL 5 in the, let me see. Yeah, I did. Let me change that in the video title. PFL 6 is going down, and the main fight on this card that everybody is, looking forward to is the return of Kayla Harrison against Cindy Danwa. And like I said, I'm a fan of Danwa. I like Danwa. I like Cindy Danwa. I like her style, but I just kind of find it strange that having lost to Caitlin Young, that she's in line to fight the lightweight champion, the winner of the tournament. She's in line to fight the big fighter. Where what was the purpose of Caitlin Young beating Cindy Danwa if you're going to give the loser the opportunity to fight the champion, right? Don't really seem like they thought that tournament format out too much, does it? Like, does it make sense to you? I don't know. Like, I'm not getting. Caitlin Young won. So why is Caitlin Young not fighting Kayla Harrison right now? Why is it the loser of that fight fighting Kayla Harrison? Like, is it not making sense, or is it making sense to y'all? But regardless, the fight is happening, and I think, of course, all the Kayla fans they're not going to agree with me here, but I think this is a fight that Cindy Danwa she could win. You know, I think it's going to take just a few adjustments that she made in her first fight in this tournament against Caitlin Young to really kind of get under the skin of a fighter like Kayla Harrison. Kayla Harrison is still not on that level as a solid striker. Kayla Harrison, she's still all ground, all strength, all judo. Uh, I think she's getting a grasp of her jujitsu, but there's still some holes in her game where I feel like I'm thinking somebody like Cindy Danwa has that skill set to expose those holes. She's done it before against fighters like Megan Anderson. She catches them slipping, boom. She's submitting you. She's tricky on the ground. Cindy Danwa has a good game on the ground. Cindy, judo background. Kayla Harrison, judo background as well. She's a little bit more fresher, removed from judo. Kayla Harrison, that is. So, that's something that she's going to be utilizing going into this fight more so. I feel like Cindy Danwa over the past few years, she's more so incorporating other things to make her style a little bit more balanced, where Kayla's a little bit still stuck in that judo phase. Striking is not really up to par. I think her jab is still average. Her work is okay at times, but I don't really see like the power behind Kayla Harrison's shots. I mean, that's just me. I don't know what y'all think. Like, Kayla Harrison is a big girl, all that muscle. I'm thinking that she would be turning that core over, to get some good punches off. But the way she positions herself, she's more so always in that stance to try to get somebody to the ground. So I think for her getting the grasp and the fundamentals of striking is going to take a while, because it seems like she's still trying to find that balance, and that I think being with going back to somewhere like ATT, that might help her, continue to polish that up. Let me check y'all in the comment section. Y'all talking. Sorry. I was just getting into it here, but I want to see what y'all saying. Nutrition said Eba smells blood and call. I saw that. I'm gonna talk about that. Not in this video, but I'm going to talk about it. Maybe I'll do a video on Ernest. Yeah, winners shouldn't be fighting losers. I'm like, hey, yeah, weird booking, man. Robert Henry says set up for her to succeed. That's what it looks like, man. That's what it looks like. This big man had a hand in it. Stamina, what's up? Stamina said greetings to everybody. Breaker Gang, yep. Cindy Danwa has some unconventional submissions too. Could be interesting. Yeah, she does. Like, some of the way she's getting her submissions, her arm bars, the key locks she's gotten over the one of her fights like 3 years back. She has an interesting way to get her submissions. I just think that somebody like Cindy Danwa, if she levels up in this fight, is going to be a type of style that could give her trouble. I think Cindy has a good overhand right. She was able to show that in her past few fights, but I think she's got to really, really commit to a good jab in this fight. Courtney King in the Kayla Harrison fight, she never committed, but when she did let her hands go, she would touch Kayla Harrison. So I'm thinking, like, if Cindy Danwa comes in here with commitment to a good straight jab and a good overhand right, and she keeps that going and she keeps angles in this fight, I know she's not really like that type of nimble fighter, but if she keeps that type of pressure on Kayla, it could put some frustration in Kayla Harrison. I know if she starts getting pieced up, her first thing is going to go to the ground. So Cindy's got to be prepared for that. Cindy, she's got the more years of experience in this game. She's got to be ready for those openings, those reckless moments. Kayla's gotten reckless in some of her fights. Like, I have to go back and bring some fights up here, but there's been some reckless moments where she's on the ground, and I'm like surprised some of these other fighters haven't exposed it. You know, of course, I know Brittany Elkin not on that high level. She had her moments on the ground where I felt like Kayla was kind of reckless. Pacheco, she's giving her trouble. She's giving her trouble. So I think some of these other girls just get caught up in the strength when they're fighting her, that they don't really see those other openings. They're more focused on that powerhouse that she, the body that she's putting on them, that physical strength. But I think that Cindy Danwa going in with the right mind, regardless, even if she lost to Caitlin Young, I think she does have some skills in here that could pull off an upset. Now, will that happen Friday night? I don't know. I don't know. I would like to see Cindy Danwa pull off upset just to showcase, that look, there's levels to this, and this is the level I'm on. And just to kind of put some confidence back in Cindy Danwa and her career, Before losing to Caitlin Young, she was on a 4-fight winning streak, on a lower level. But since then she had lost to a couple years back, she lost to Olga Rubin, but she's always been tough in there. She's always been tough. Cindy Danwa only been I think she was finished once early in her career and only submitted once early in her career, but she's never really been finished. So she's tough. She's tough. Yeah, Cindy brings a lot to the table. She's going to bring her own approach to judo at the same time, her toughness in here. So if Kayla Harrison goes in there and stops her, it might be possible. It might be possible if she goes in there and stops her. I know that's going to really big her head up because, again, like I said, she hasn't been really finished since early in her career. I don't know. What do y'all think, though? Keys to victory for Cindy Danwa in this fight. To me, I think it's going to really come down to showcasing her better level of stand-up than Kayla Harrison. I still, like I said, I'm not really convinced with Kayla's strikes. Her straight strikes just don't. They don't really. They don't look like they're bringing enough power behind it. What does Kayla have? Not Kayla, but what does Cindy have to do in this fight? Yeah, I heard that too. Ernest. Yep. Clarissa trying to come back in less than 6 months. Yep. I think August. Yeah, August. Somebody said I think against a 3-6 opponent, another lower level opponent. But I guess they're going to sign that person to. They're going to sign that person to PFL. Let's see. Yeah, August 27th. Another PFL match. I wonder what her contract is in PFL. How many fights? Wait, Kayla Harrison urges to stop calls for Clarissa Shields fight. That's stupid. Who's calling for that fight anyway? What's she talking about? Anyway, okay. I was just pulling up some stuff here. Yeah, I'm not convinced with her striking. I think if you have a good solid jab, if you have a decent jab and you got the fundamentals of the jab down, you could piece up Kayla Harrison. You could pop her. You could pop her all day with that jab because she's going to be looking to come in at either angle. And whenever she comes straight in, you slam the jab in her face, you knock her back. There's still something about her footwork isn't grasping to the way a Joanna does. You know what I mean? Joanna, that'll take years to get her craft down, but I'm just saying she doesn't really have that type of footwork. Not even like a Holly Holm. Yeah, Kayla's athletic, but it seems like when it comes down to balance of striking and boxing, there's problems with. even if it did go to the ground, I got to give Cindy a chance. But when she's on her back, you can't be like a turtle on your back against Kayla. Her ground and pound is much more effective than her strikes when she's standing. 2B says striking, keep an eye out for opportunities to submit her. Yeah, like if she gets put on her back, she got to go for that high guard right away to try to get that arm. Because Kayla, much like Kanako Murata, I think she's a little reckless when she's in your guard, or she's like in that half guard position to try to press you against the fence. I think that's a moment for Cindy Danwa to capitalize. When she gets in like half guard position, you got to get that leg out and you got to lock on. I know she's strong, but you got to get that body lock triangle on her, just so you can get her on top, and then you can kind of climb, get that high guard on her. And all the while, you got to be punching. You got to be dropping elbows off your back. You got to soften her up. Like a fresh Kayla is going to be hard to submit off your back. You got to put hands on her. You got to be effective with your hands off your back. Because I do see Kayla putting Cindy on her back. So that's going to be her moment to say, look, I got to look for this opening, get this guard up, and try to go for that submission, lock her in. But going strength to strength, it's going to be hard, man. Yeah, it's going to be hard going. You just got to find that one little opening, those little holes she got in her game. Bro, White Chickens, what's up, man? Marcus said if Kayla loses this fight, she's going to act like her kid. If she loses, man, she might be disappearing for a while. If she loses, Cole said way worse than that. Oh, you talking about the striking? Yeah, like Courtney King was putting hands on her in that fight. And even before that, Pacheco, like what I'm seeing from Pacheco, she seems more like a monster. She seemed more like a monster in that last PFL 4. Pacheco, she went out there and destroyed Pajic. I know Pajic is a different level than Pacheco, but Pacheco is a different level than Kayla Harrison as well. But I think Pacheco, she's got to come in there with that same type of energy. She's got to look to finish Kayla. Forget that. Come straight out, put that same type of pressure and get that left hook going. Sounds like something bad needs to happen. Robert here says Sydney needs to tire Kayla out. The only way to likely do that is on her feet where she isn't comfortable. Maybe after that, she should soften her up. Right. Got to soften her up for that submission. Yeah, man. Like, you got to soften her up, man, because she's going to be looking to get you down on your back. So you got to put hands on her. You got to be active in the guard. Yeah, make sure y'all do that. Hit the like button, please. I'm sure most of y'all already did. I think most of y'all did. Okay, so I do want to see Cindy do something in this fight. I just want to see the underdog go in there and pull off this upset. Like I said, she may have lost to Caitlin Young, but I got some hope that this type of style kind of meshes well with Cindy, and we get a good fight. I want to see it competitive, but I want to see Cindy do her thing in it. I want to see her show some level in this fight. And I want to see, look, I ain't gonna lie, I want to see Kayla Harrison show something different. Like, I want to see her show something different, some type of growth here, that makes us say that she has evolved just a little bit. Because her skill set has to catch up with her talk. Her skill set has to catch up with the talk. Like, her thinking she's the baddest woman in the room, that's not gonna fly, because it's not catching up, man. Her skill set's not catching up to her talk right now. But let's jump over to the calendar for the fight card. Let's see who else is on here. Well, we know it's winners versus losers, so and ain't much to discuss there. It's winners versus losers, right? Just in case y'all don't know, let's see. Card starts at e- Eastern time, 6 p.m. Okay, ESPN Plus 6 to 10 p.m. Eastern time, and they got it shifting back and forth between heavyweight and lightweight. All right, heavyweight fight first. So we got Caitlin Young kicking it off against Mariana Moraes, who lost to Kayla Harrison. All right. Next, we got Taylor Godardo taking on Sanchez, who lost to Janiyah Fabian. Winners versus losers. Winners versus losers. Let's see. Who else is next? Jenna Fabian is taking on Julia Pagic, who was stopped in one round by Laura Pacheco. And Larissa Pacheco. Why I keep calling her Laura Pacheco? Larissa Pacheco versus Oleana Kolesnik. Man, something tell me Larissa gonna take it this time, man. I don't know about y'all. Larissa, she's not playing this time around. Yeah, if you take away the judo, I mean, you just got a big fighter in there with a lot of strength. Like her judo is just really getting her through a lot of these fights. To be said. So if you get a ESPN Plus subscription, you should be able to watch everything. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can watch everything. You don't have to get anything for ESPN two. Because I watch stuff on ESPN Plus that was supposed to be on two. Yeah, if you get Plus, you good. Plus should cover everything that's on two and like regular TV. Whenever there's stuff televised, you just go to Plus and you can watch everything pretty much. So yeah, that's the card. Larissa Kolesnik, and then the final women's fight is Kayla versus Cindy Danwa. So they're giving the losers another chance round. You know what I mean? Like everybody lost the first time. I mean, I never seen it done that way, but that's how they're doing it. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if any of the losers can actually win. That's what's going to be interesting. Who on the losing side has a good chance of winning? I I don't know. Janiyah Fabian, I see her beating Pagic though. I see her beating Pagic. Janiyah Fabian, she's a good striker, man. She was really controlling. I mean, she's tall too, man. Janiyah Fabian, I want to say she's like 6 foot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's 6 foot. But Julia Pagic is 6 foot. Dang, there's some big girls up in here, man. Um, who else is tall? Laura Sanchez is like 6'1". So there's some tall girls in lightweight tournament. But who on the losing side is going to win? I can't really say, man, because Caitlin Young, she's a veteran in this thing, and she's got some of the best striking out there. I think she's got the best striking out of all the lightweights. I think Mariana Moraes going to have a hard time with that. She's going to have to take this to the ground. I know Mariana's been working with Jessica Andrade. Her and Jessica Andrade have been getting rounds in. Um, I see Cadar. I don't know Cadardo versus Sanchez. That's kind of 50-50 to me. But I see Fabian beating Pagic. I see Pacheco. Well, man, Pacheco, she's on another level right now. Kayla versus Cindy Danwa, though, man, that's a tough call, though. Um, the replay should be accessible right after. Like, you should be able to watch the replay right after. Yeah, the replays are usually available real quick on ESPN, like almost like within an hour. Like an hour from whenever it goes off, you'll be able to watch it. Because I go back and watch them. Like, if I don't watch them live, I go back and watch the fights, like, a couple hours later after midnight. Cole said, is Kayla overlooking Sydney? Um, I don't know. Like some of the talk, she's coming with, it makes it seem like she's just on this other level. But I can't really say she's overlooking. She better not. She better not be overlooking her. I know. That's how you wind up losing, especially you taking on somebody with this level of skill. Yeah, I hope she ain't overlooking Cindy Danwa. Let's look at the tail of the tape real quick. Let's see. Kayla's 5'8", she's 5'7". See, that's what I'm talking about, the jab. Look, Kayla's got the 66-inch reach, but Cindy's got the 70-inch reach. So she got to put that jab in her face. You got to be able to use a jab in this fight. Let's see. So yeah, man. I'm gonna check this card out tomorrow. Like I said, same thing with YouTube beats. Like whatever I can't catch, I'm gonna watch after because I'm gonna do another show, just kind of breaking all the fights down. Jason Rose, what's going on? We just talking about this card here, Kayla versus Cindy Danwa. So yeah, I'm gonna probably go back and do a show talking about all the fights and what happens, like post-fight show for all of them. So let's see. Let's move on. Let's talk Tisha Torres and Angela Hill. So Tisha Torres and Angela Hill. Let me pull up their fight date. What is it? Oh man, wow! It's been 6 years since they first fought. Tisha Torres and Angela Hill. Let's see. Pull this up. Fight date set. Last time out, there's a pullout. August 7th, 2021. There we go. All right, August 7th, Tisha Torres and Angela Hill about to run it back. And that is about 6 years past since they first fought at UFC 188. Damn, that was a while ago. That was almost like when they were fresh out the Tough House. When they're fresh out the Tough House, they threw down. First time around, Tisha Torres won a unanimous decision. Really just used her speed and her striking and just her overall movement. Really kept Angela Hill, guessing. Angela Hill's a stand-up fighter. She's a Muay Thai stand-up fighter, but she really had trouble with the movement and the angles of Tisha Torres. So I think going into this fight here, we're going to see who's made the most improvements over the past few years. What type of changes have been made in their style. Like, let's see, almost similar to Rose and Carla. Carla and Rose, they fought 7 years ago. They're not the same fighter. So having Tisha and Angela revisit 6 years later, it's almost like a new fight. It's almost like a new fight. They haven't been through as many changes as Carla and Rose, though. Angela Hill's kind of been fighting at the same level. She's been cut, became Invicta champion. She's came back. She's been active, but she's never really risen to that top 5 upper echelon level of strawweight. She's never been in the elite level. Tisha, on the other hand, she's been in there with some of the best. Like, they both have a common opponent in Jessica Andrade. But Tisha, she went back to back to back with elite fighters. Yes, she lost, but she was always holding her own as a strong, durable test for these champions. Fighters like Jessica Andrade, Joanna, Wei Lee, Marina Rodriguez. She was always going in there and putting on a good fight. And she was a good test for them. None of them could stop her. When you look at Angela Hill's never climbed to that same level. They were always kind of like never neck and neck. Like they were always Angela Hill was always behind Tisha Torres. She's always been behind her just because she's never been able to get to a level where at least Tisha had an IQ where she could get to a certain level. Like may not have been championship level, but Tisha's been able to at least hit the second tier. Like she's always been a second tier. Angela Hill, she kind of hangs around the cusp of second tier, then she'll fall down to third or fourth tier. I think she just doesn't level up enough, and like she doesn't understand that she can't be a point fighter. If she tries to be a point fighter, she's going to lose these decisions half the time. If you look at her pattern, early in her career, let's see here. I mean, she used to go on some winning streaks, but it was always against the lesser competition. I mean, every time she stepped it up, Tisha Torres beat her. 4 months, she came back. Rose Namajunas choked her out. And, right after, that was like one of the signature wins for Rose. I was like, damn, Angela like about passed out in that fight. And after that fight, she went over to Invicta. Went on a 4-fight winning streak. That was impressive. She went over there, got the belt, came back, lost her second debut against Jessica Andrade, which was kind of wrong. Angela Hill didn't need to be in there with Jessica Andrade in her first fight back. You know what I mean? Like they always be setting her up. That's why I said she's got to be prepared. Like you got to be prepared for how they're going to set you up, man. Like Andrade, I was like, damn, she got to come back. As soon as she come back from Invicta, she got to fight Andrade. But she did better than most. I mean, she went the distance. She went the distance. She'll come back, beat somebody like Spider Monkey, lose to Nina Ansaroff, beat a Marina Moreau, then she'll lose to like a random Marcos and so on. So she was always on that win-loss pattern. Loses to Yan Janan. So I'm just kind of going through the evolution of Angela Hill. Like I don't see like a great deal of evolving in her. I think her takedown defense has got a little bit better. Can't really say her ground game has gotten better. But the one thing she should be working on, really, to me, is her power. High five. What's up? High five said, yeah, has no power. Yeah, good striking, but no power. And that's why I want to bring up like her power. Like she needs to become a finisher, or she needs to become like a fighter that's going to do damage, like a submission artist, because she's not built for decisions. They're always going to rob her, like Michelle Waters and Claudia Gadelha. She hasn't really found that level where she needs to be. Like Caitlin Chikagian, point fighter, but she knows how to rock it. I mean, y'all agree or disagree whether you like her or not. Caitlin Chikagian, she knows how to rock it. Tell me that. A point fighter, but she knows how to win. Angela Hill doesn't have power, but she hasn't really turned into that type of point fighter to a level where she can, just fluster you and put the chaos on you with that pity pat style and move. You know what I mean? People still disrespect Angela in there. Like her offense isn't what it could be. It's not what it could be. Even her kicks, like sometimes her kicks ain't powerful enough. Joanna, she's not a finisher. She's a point fighter, but she can do damage. Like, let's look at that real quick, y'all. Like, I'm not trying to go off topic, but let's compare point fighters like Angela Hill and Joanna. I mean, they never even like they never even crossed paths because they're such on two different levels. But Joanna is a point fighter. Yeah, Angela Hill's a point fighter, but the difference is Joanna's much more committed. She's a harder hitter, hard enough to knock you back, hard enough to damage you, and hard enough to make you respect her. That's what Angela Hill needs if she wants to get to that level. Needs that gas tank. Don't forget that. You got to have that gas tank, and you got to be committed to good straight shots. You got to be good and committed to straight punches down the pipe to get that respect, you know? All right, let me check the comment section here. I was letting it go up here. Sorry. Let's see. Where did we leave off at? Y'all been talking. Yeah, robot chick. I'm gonna talk about that tomorrow. E-Boss calling out Yawn. Two Beasts, August 7th. Yeah. Let's see. Jason Rose said Torres versus Hill is 50-50. I give the speed advantage to Torres. Yeah, me too. Torres. Lolita said Torres. Cole said Tisha looked really good when she fought Sam Hughes. Yeah. Um. Yeah. This is her fight to lose. I could possibly throw in a submission win for Tisha. I could too. Yeah, I honestly could. Which I'm gonna talk about her evolution here in a minute. And yeah, Angela has no power. Yeah, she just don't have that type of power. Like she don't even have like respectful pop. Like respectful pop to get you off. Like, come on, y'all, come on. Like you gotta sit down on them punches. Rose, no, I mean, he was choked out. Angela so bad. Yeah, that was crazy, man. Like the choke out was vicious. Angela would never retire, never be at top 5 ever. Yeah, I could see that. Stella said absolutely. Caitlin Kagan works her style to advantage. Hill's style doesn't serve her nearly as well. No, don't. I don't know if I have to talk about it in another video, but like I might have to break the point fighter style down. Like to be a point fighter, you got to have a certain type of punching technique, and you got to have a certain type of in and out with your angles. You got to have a gas tank, and you got to have a certain level of rhythm, a certain level of commitment. You can't overcommit, but you got to commit to a certain level where your point is you get your point across through your punch. You got to get your point across through your punch. Quote me on that. I'm telling you right now, like to be a good striker, even if you're not like a hard hitter, you got to get your point across through a punch. High five. Dern may fight Whaley, and Marina might fight Joanna. That would be good. I'm still root for Hill in this fight. I do like and respect Tisha. Yeah, I like them both, but I don't know, man. I just don't know with Angela Hill. Like I can only ride so high as far as picking her. Like give her so many chances as far as like what can she do? It all depends on how good she's got. Like how much has she evolved? And I don't think she has caught up to Tisha yet. And that's coming off a 4-fight losing streak. Like Tisha, even though she lost 4 times in a row to elite fighters, I still don't think Angela Hill's caught up to her. I wonder why Ebos is not going to fight Angela. Yeah, it was rebooked. Olita said that analysis on Angela Hill spot on. Yeah, like I like stand up fighters, but Angela Hill's kind of like Kate. It's almost like chaotic, not in the offensive way like Caitlyn or Joanna. It's almost chaotic to her. Like it's never committed. Like it's never committed to where she just can dominate somebody. I mean, she's beat Loma, she's beat Hannah Cyphers, fighters like that, but she can't beat some of these fighters like Michelle Waterson convincingly. You know what I mean? She's lost to Yan Zhaonan, So come on, I thought she could have beat Yan Zhaonan. What's going on? So when she goes in here with Tisha Torres, let's look at Tisha though. Tisha has evolved. She's been getting the work in. She's been getting better as a fighter through her downtime. I think even through the losses, she's been evolving. Losing to Joanna, losing to Marina have done some wonders for her. I think they taught her to get her offense back. get her offense, get it to a level where, there's a little bit more respect on it. You got to put some power behind it. Tisha came through with some power punches and some power kicks and some good body attack in that Brianna Van Buren fight. Like Brianna Van Buren, I know, okay, y'all gonna say she's not on the level of some of these other fighters, but the offense that Tisha took in that fight and the chances she took, she showed you that, look, I'm not the same. I know what I gotta do as far as getting to be a more uh, offensive fighter, much stronger fighter. I can't just be all speed. Uh, I think her wrestling's getting better. She's durable. She's still tough. She, to me, beat Rose Namajunas twice. Y'all can still quote me on that. I still got Tisha Torres 2-0 over Rose. She gave Whaley a tough fight. First time around when I watched it, I thought Tisha Torres did enough to win. But I went back and watched it. Whaley did enough to beat Tisha, but Tisha didn't make it easy for her. She's very strong. Just all around breaking out of the box and just being the tiny tornado that we used to know. She's starting to come together as a much well-rounded fighter. I know that's still too early to tell for some of y'all, but the level is higher than Angela Hill. That's why you probably will see her go in there and do something different against Angela Hill. I think she might come in there with a body attack on Angela Hill. I think she might take Angela Hill's legs away by breaking her down. She might take the fight down to the ground. She might take it down to the ground. Like, you won't see the fight the same way 6 years ago. Not at all. Not at all. But you'll see Tisha doing some different things in there that I don't think, I just don't, I'm not seeing Angela Hill being able to adjust to it. But yeah, that's something I'll go back and talk about, man. Like, being a stand-up fighter with no power, there's got to be a science to it. There's got to be a science to it. If you're a stand-up fighter, you got to have some type of rhythm with your style and some type of blueprint to it and how it's going to go. Because if you can't knock people out, you're gonna be going the distance, and you got to know how to win it. You got to know how to impress the judges. Angela's never been able to impress the judges like that, though. Yeah, Lolita said Verna will dominate Hill and submit her. I think she could submit her. But if it went to standing, I don't know. Verna versus Angela would be a good fight, but I think Jan Jana versus Verna. No. Jan Jana versus Ebos would be good. Verna versus Angela. I like to see Verna fight the winner. I mean, really ain't no bad fight at strawweight, right? It really is no bad fight on any level. I said that before. Whaley's ground control won her to fight. Right, yeah. I went back and looked at it. That ground control in, I think it was the third round for sure. And let's see, the second round. Yeah, that second round. I think it was. Let's see. We will see, but you might be right. Tisha's adversity as a fighter has only seemed to make her better. Wow, Angela hasn't leveled up enough to keep her, prove herself a top fighter. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Marcus said, while we at it, should we see Jillian Robertson fight Andrade after Andrade fights Cynthia? I don't think so, man, because I think, you probably being funny, but, Jillian ain't even ranked, so Andrade ain't going to get nothing out of a Jillian Robertson fight at all. Let's see, Hill had a triangle choke on Jan Jana, but couldn't finish it. Hill can't finish it. Did us as small as Hannah Cypress. Yeah, she finished Hannah and Ariel Carnalosi. Ariel Carlosi, right? Yeah. Yeah, like those are her only two finishes in Wild. Carlosi and Hannah Cypress, right? Mary Thomas over here reading comments. She wasn't even joining the fun. Okay. Yeah, Mary, you go ahead and join in the fun. Oh yeah, it was a doctor stoppage. Yeah, I mean it's a TKO, but But let's see. So yeah, I ain't gonna do a pick yet on Angela and Tisha. I mean, I can't say it's 50-50 though. I'm still leaning towards Tisha 60-40. Cause something about Tisha's just been looking much more fresher to me. I mean, I can't just say it's the maybe because of the level of competition, but I don't know. Like something about Tisha's approach and her body kicks have been seeming a lot more ferocious. Her body attack. She still got the speed. She's got the strength. Angela Hill, like her clinch control and her ground game is just almost, I'd say, non-existent. Like takedown defense has gotten better, but I just feel like, man, like just there's something missing there. Like it's not tacking on. That's why she's continuing to stay at this level. You know, what are they in the ranks? Were they 11-12, right? Or are they 10-11? Let's see. Hold on. Let me pull the rankings up. Hold up. Let's see here. All right, Tisha Torres. Yeah, Tisha's number 10 and Angela's number 12. Yeah, so this is Angela Hill's chance to break back into the top 10, man. Or break into the top 10, man. That's her chance. Or about Chicken said Hill is a journey woman. Yeah, she got to break out of there, man. She got to break out of there. Like she's really coming off as that journey woman, like fighting close decisions, not getting the finishes. So High Five Whaley's been working so much on her ground game. Joanna might be stopped early in their rematch. But that's tough though. That's tough to say just because Joanna is like, man, Joanna's just too strong, man. Like when she's on the ground, she pops back up easy. Her takedown defense is good. I can't see her getting stopped on the ground. If Whaley was a stopper, it would probably be on the feet. Tisha has a technique, power, and cardio advantages. Her heart, it's a fight to lose. Definitely not a coin flip. She can lose, sure, but damn well should. Yeah, Mary. We're talking about Angela Hill. Oh, you must have missed the whole comment section when talking about it. Yeah, yeah. Tisha Torres is taking on Angela Hill. I guess Mary missed that whole conversation there. Yeah, Angela Hill. They're 6 years removed from their first fight. All right, let's see. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch that fight. No bad strawweight fights. Uh, Joanna's never been sub for Whaley to do it. That'd be all kinds of weird, right? I could see Whaley stopping her before she does that. I can't really see her submitting her. Let's see. What else we talk about? I just posted a bunch of pictures up here today for the thumbnail. I wasn't really gonna spend a great deal on a lot of these things, but let's see what else can we talk about here. Those are the main things I want to talk about: PFL and Torres and Hill. So let's talk about Clarissa since she's got another fight about to be booked. Let's see. So recently there was a video posted of Clarissa, and her name was brought up with Amanda Nunes again. I think it was in like a live stream or comment section, and she said she didn't want her name attached to Amanda Nunes. Because she was like, "Oh, I must did that good to make people say I can fight Amanda Nunes." So she went on to say, "Look, she's not ready to fight Amanda Nunes." And I know the key thing that got everybody was like, she may not be ready in another 3 or 4 years, you know. And right away, radars went up. Of course, everybody said, "Uh oh, Clarissa talking about 4 years and she'll be able to fight Amanda." And I think no matter what Clarissa does at this point, she's always going to have that name attached to her now, just because she brought her up. So every time Clarissa's mentioned now, Amanda Nunes' name comes up. But I don't know, man. Clarissa Shields, I think she has a good thing going right now. She's got a good thing going where uh, she doesn't even need to think about Amanda Nunes. I mean, that's just me. I think Clarissa Shields has a good thing going where she can get the money she wants out of MMA and the respect that she should be getting in MMA. Like more respect, more money than she's probably ever gotten in women's boxing. Because a lot of women don't get that credit in boxing. But I think she can do all of that without even having to think about Amanda Nunes. And really, like, her name shouldn't be mentioned with her because they're not even on the same level near that. Like, you mention a Clarissa Shields with Amanda Nunes, just like mentioning any any fighter making their debut. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to her. Besides the name and the accomplishments in boxing, that's the only reason why people are tying her to Amanda Nunes. But Clarissa right now has the same skill set, maybe even less than some of these young girls that are coming into MMA making their pro debuts. Her skill set is probably less than some of the other fighters I interviewed that were just starting out. Some of the other ladies interviewed, 1-0, 2-0 fighters, because they still have the amateur career. Don't forget that. Those fighters had the amateur careers. So they already had a leg to stand on. They came from jiu-jitsu. They came from wrestling. They came from Muay Thai. Um, so these fighters, they had that type of experience. But even them names you wouldn't mention with Amanda Nunes, but you could possibly say their name before Clarissa, because Clarissa, this is her first time around. This is her first showdown. You know, um, 7 months of training. That's all it was to get her PFL debut going. It wasn't like this was some hard work behind the scenes she was doing for like years and years and years. And then all of a sudden she says time to go to MMA. No, it just came around. It just came around because it was time to get more money and try to get more respect than I'm getting from boxing. So I don't think that it should even be a question that she answers anymore. Don't even entertain it. Like, even when people mention it, if you really want to show Amanda Nunes respect, just ignore the questions. Just say no comment, move on, and let it be done. Like, because even saying I wouldn't be ready, I could probably fight her in 3 to 4 years. Like, no, nah. That's not gonna happen. Um, Even for her to think that 3 to 4 years is enough, no. Um, any of the boxing fans not understanding that? Come on, like, it's hard work to be a boxer, but like to be an MMA fighter, it takes years upon years of getting your behind whooped and at the same time getting the grasp of it and accomplishing something. So all the while you getting your ass whooped, you still need to be growing as well. And you get growth from learning from your ass whoopings, You get your behind whooped, you learn from that if you really want to, you know. And I don't think Clarissa Shields has experienced any of that type of level of beatdown or domination or humiliation in MMA to even say that I'm growing as a fighter. You only had one win where you were losing in the first 2 rounds, and then you came back and stopped the girl. So I want to see Clarissa do well. Definitely want to see her do well in the sport. But anytime that name of Nunes is brought up, that's yeah, forget. Just pretend you don't even know who she is. That's somebody you don't even need to be worried about right now. Stamina said Nunes shouldn't even be fighting in another 3 to 4 years. Yeah, I brought that up in another video. I was like, by the time Shields gets her 3 or 4 years experience, Nunes is gonna be gone. She might even lose to somebody else. Hell, right? I see Nunes losing to somebody else in like 3 to 4 years before Clarissa even gets to a level of like a brown belt or even being in the talks of beating somebody like her, Because the Nunes is up here. Nunes is on another level. Like, y'all saw what Megan Anderson. Megan Anderson has more MMA experience than Clarissa. What did happen to her? She's got more than Clarissa, and Megan Anderson looked like she didn't even need to be in there with her. So Clarissa's name don't belong in that category. So whenever people bring it up to her now, they might as well stop trolling her. The boxing fans, stop hyping her up. Don't hype up other boxing fans, or don't get mad at MMA analysts when they tell you that Clarissa is not ready for Amanda, and she won't be ready for Amanda for a very long time until maybe she's retired. And she's been retired for like 3 or 4 years, 5 years. So, yeah, it was very novice. The reason it got hyped was because of her name, and she's coming over from boxing. She's a professional boxer with a lot of accolades, which I understand. But when you get into MMA, the realm is you're going to be treated like everybody else that's a beginner. All right, well, let's check this comment section here. Hang on 1 second, y'all. I'm doing something on my phone here. Okay. 1 second, y'all. All right. Okay, so Robert Henry said that Clarissa Shields video I made was the most polarizing video I ever made. Boxing fans coming for the Savage's head, the same amount of likes and dislikes. I love it. Yeah, I liked it. I mean, like I said, MMA fans, they understand more about this, and boxing fans, they should understand, like, boxing, they take it very passionately. I take it passionately. See, I'm not on either side. I'm like in both. I love both of them. But I know there's a respect for each sport. That's what my thing is. Like, boxing fans, don't get in your feelings. Like, understand, like, Shields has to lay the groundwork like every other MMA fighter. That's why it's called mixed martial arts. She just can't come into the game and say, I can take on this person just because I took on the best boxer. Taking on the best boxer is not the same as taking on the best WMMA fighter. I ain't really had too many come at me yet, Savage, but I really wish because you know me, I'm always prepared for that. Let me go down the comment section here. Yeah, I haven't yet, and you know me, I have to shut people down in MMA with certain things, you know. So I wish, I just wish, man. Like I haven't had any boxing fans come at me like that yet about it. I mean, so we got the hype because it's so little in the MMA realm. Is all new, so anything approaching that will get over discussed, whether good or bad. But Hill can be entertaining. She's fully focused. Yeah, Angela Hill's entertaining. Like she's entertaining, but top level, no. Oh, that fights off Lena. Yeah, okay. Dang, Batar, she tested positive. Okay. All right. Okay. Two B's. Who has the best chance against Nunes in bantamweight division? Probably GDR. Still GDR. Right now, two B's. I'd say GDR. Jermaine Durandam has probably got the best chance. Let's see. GDR and yeah, just GDR really. Like I think Jermaine Durandam's got the best chance. I mean, and that what's that telling you? You know, she's fought it 3 times. I think GDR beats everybody else, and that puts her back in line. You know, yeah, I think that won't really change until some new blood comes along. So let's keep it that way. I think, yeah, Jermaine Durandam is probably the best chance against Nunes, and it would take years for Clarissa to actually fight somebody like Jermaine Durandam. Yeah, I want to see her do well. Like I want to see her get in her lane and make the money that she couldn't make in boxing, get the respect that she couldn't get in boxing, and just continue to ride that wave. You know, but coming to this is I got a video coming, y'all. This video is going to talk about her potential to be a superstar, and her potential to be an elite fighter. Two differences. Got a video coming on. Clarissa Shields' potential to be the superstar, her potential to be an elite fighter. Big difference out of both of those. So I'm gonna drop that. It's gonna be kind of a long video, but yeah, I'll be prepared for that. Let's see. Yeah, Stammer said GDR too. Yeah, that's why I'm just kind of scrolling down the comment section here, missing some stuff. Marcus said Clarissa's trying to get on the fast track MMA while Serrano's doing it how it's supposed to be done. Right. Yeah, she's in the video I'm talking about too. I'm dropping. I'm gonna talk about both of them. I get it. She's a decision machine to finish this point fighter. Volume. Lolita talking about Megan, right? Yeah, deer in the headlight, man. Yeah, I think everybody pretty much feels that way, right? GDR, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Each time she got later on the back, it's like a big question mark. Yeah, very, very different world for her, man. For watching, I like to see a cyborg rematch. I think the same outcome, though. Yeah, stamina, but to her credit, she didn't panic. A lot of fighters flat when they're in those spots. She stayed patient, used athleticism to explode. It should be worse than that. Than it did. Two beasts. So GDR didn't stop Pena with the striking, so there's a chance that Pena could outpoint Nunes. Considering GDR striking has an edge over Nunes, I don't know. Styles make fights though. I think GDR was able to stop Pena or submit Pena was because Pena's recklessness. You know, Pena was reckless. She came right in, got locked into a guillotine. You know, Pena was doing good with her striking because I think GDR wanted to try to use her use her submission, um, excuse, use her grappling to get submissions. And I think her striking has gotten better, but I think Nunes' striking is still going to be a problem for Juliana Pena because of the way Juliana Pena comes straight in. Like Juliana Pena took some of the biggest shots from GDR, but GDR was in a position where she could get counter because her back was to the fence a couple of times. So when her back was to the fence, she got hit with some left hooks from Pena. But I don't see Nunes falling into that that trap where she's boxed in. I think GDR kind of fell into that because she got a little gassed in that fight, and she was working on her grappling. She wanted to try something different. But I don't see Pena outpointing Nunes with her hands at all. I think the styles make fights. Styles just make fights, and I think Nunes, when she gets going with her striking, it's going to be a different story. GDR just took a different approach with it in that fight. Like GDR and Amanda have different reactions. It's going to come down to how do you react to. Like GDR was hit by Pena because of how she reacted. Nunes, when she reacts to some power puncher, she's going to counter back, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Like Nunes, it all depends how Nunes react. GDR reacted different when she got hit. Nunes, she'll be in the center of the octagon. She'll be ducking, slipping her head, and whenever Pena try to come in with a left hook, she's gonna be looking to counter. Same way she did against Chris Cyborg. Somebody throwing big shot, she gonna fight off the back foot and counter. She'll have a different react. She has a different reaction than GDR. Shields has no legs. She wasn't able to stay on top because of her heavy hips over Elkins. Man, y'all still going, man. I'm behind on these comments. I'm just trying to read y'all comments here because y'all talking about some good stuff here. Good question. Who do you think can beat Valentina? Pine K. I'm gonna stick to. Jermaine Demirana having the best chance. And that's a chance. I'm not saying she can, but I'm just saying she's probably got the best chance. If you're talking 135, 125, I don't know. I don't think there's anybody at 125 that can beat Valentina right now. Not right now. Just Jermaine Randomay. I think she's like Amanda and the Bullet's toughest opponent. What do you think of the matchup between What do you think of a matchup between Rose and Valentina? Ooh, Pine K. Valentina's gonna body her. I'm just saying, not trying to be funny, but I think Valentina will break Rose Namajunas. I think she'll break her down. I think she'll just start with the legs and she'll work her way up, and she'll probably submit her or stop her. Because the training was rough, Valentina, when her and Rose trained, what was it for the Joanna fight, right? She beat Rose up. She beat Macy Barber up when they were in training. They actually had I don't know if they switched camps because of that type of training, but yeah, Valentina, their training is hard. So I think the same outcome would be worse. I won't say the same as a training, but it'd be worse than a fight. I think Rose, her legs couldn't hold up to the leg kicks of Valentina. And I think the body shots from Valentina would crack Rose rib. I'm just being real. The way she was landing body kicks on Jessica I, she was tearing her body up, man. I don't think Rose is built for flyweight. Hey, somebody said that in one of my videos. They said that, was it you High Five or was it? I think it was High Five. It was somebody. Somebody said that Valentina, no. Marina, Joanna, and Rose were weight bullies. Nah, not at all, man. They're straw weights. They're small bones. They got, well, no. Joanna's a flyweight. She could be a flyweight. Rose and Marina, they got slim frames though. Rose and Marina, they got slim frames. Yeah, they could maybe grow into flyweight when they get in their 30s, but right now they got small frames. They're not built for flyweight. Marina's tall and skinny. Rose is tall and lanky. Joanna, she could get thicker. She can get thicker, and she's strong, so she could be at 125. But yeah, no Rose versus Valentina. I see Valentina TKO winner. Harrison versus Danwa. Danwa weighed at 152 and a half. Harrison weighed at 156. What will Kayla weigh on fight night? Oh man, Jason, I think Kayla's gonna come in at like 170 something. Not being funny or anything. I think she might come in at like 175 or 173. Yeah, Kayla's gonna come in the 170s, man. I mean, what do y'all think? Mary Thomas, when Nunes hits Pena, she'll eat it, but it's not like she'll keep coming forward every time. In terms of wrestling and cage work, could she win a point battle? Um, I think that would be her best bet. I think that's her best bet. Like her grappling is her best suit to me when she's not reckless. Like Pena is active on the ground. When she's on top, she's active. When she's on her back, she's active. And it would have to be a game of really have to be a game of will in there because Pena would have to outlast and try to gas. Hold on, fixing something. You'd have to outwill and you'd have to outlast uh, Nunes, who might gas if you push her. But that's easier said than done. You know, I think that's her best bet is like the cage work, uh, the body, the knees, fighting off her back, being active. But she ain't gonna win like a mid range or outside stand up battle with Nunes. She might get countered and put out of there. I think Liz Carmouche is more boring than Hill and somehow got a win over Valentina. Yeah, it was like a cut stoppage way back, I think, right? Yeah. Yeah, Angela Hill's not boring. Nah, Angela Hill's not a boring fighter at all, in my opinion. I'm just saying she's not elite, but she puts on good fights. High five is booked. Rose will do maybe a rematch. Maybe in October. It's booked. With Carla? Who are you talking about, high five? Yeah, that's what I want to know. I am behind. Y'all gotta slow it down. I'm behind on y'all just talking here, asking stuff. Hold on. Who's Rose rematching? Yeah, that's what I want to know. High five said it's booked. Who is she rematching? Zong or Carla? Manon has the skills and can beat Valentina. Oh no! Don't jump off of that. Let's not talk about that high five. You said Rose will do a rematch maybe in October. Like who are we talking about? Robot Chicken said trilogy. Andrade. Andrade's fighting Calvillo in September. Oh, Carla. Rose Carla. That's what I'm talking. Is it Carla? I'm getting lost here. I want to know who's rematching. Oh, High Five said Rose has big bones on her arms and legs. Her body small. Perhaps her opponent should target her body to break her. Yeah, she looked bigger than Zhang Wei Li, but like when you compare her to the other flyweights, like Caitlin Jakagian is tall and slim, but she's definitely built like a She's definitely thicker, and she's built like a bantamweight or a flyweight. But Rose ain't nowhere near as thick as these girls. Like her core is very, I won't say soft, like she's pudgy or nothing like that. But her core ain't really as hardcore as like Joanna. Like Joanna's got some meat on her, where she's definitely, she's killing herself to make 115. Okay, yeah, nothing's official yet. Okay. Kayla apparently doesn't cut a lot of weight, which is why she fights 155. Some believe her, some don't. I don't believe her. I think because shoot, Amanda Nunes be walking around like 175 pounds. I think Kayla be, I think Kayla will come in there like 175 pounds. Because that last fight against Courtney King, she looked big, man. Yeah. Kelly to beat MJ. Yeah, Kayla gonna come in there looking huge, boy. Can Colton said, can Pena take Amanda's punches? Maybe one. She got some. She got a chin. She'll take maybe one or two. Pena probably will take one or two shots, Colton. I think that But when she takes that second one, it's going to put her in a different world where she's going to respect her. But I think she could take maybe one or two. Um, who else was able? She took GDR's punches. She got buckled a couple of times, but I'm not gonna say she can take them all night to where she can just walk through and try to disrespect the power. But you might take one or two of Amanda's best shots before you get starched. But I wouldn't advise it. I give her at least that. Yeah, man, I'm trying to catch up. I mean, I was like, what the hell? I was like, y'all here talking and asking some good questions. I had to keep stopping to read some of that stuff. So yeah, robot chickens. She built like a boxer, light heavyweight. She's built like a yeah. She's hard, man. She's solid, man. Like I ain't gonna lie, like Kayla's got a nice physique. You know what I mean? Like she's definitely got a muscular shape, but that's different than the fighting skill. We ain't talking fighting skill, but before we can call her great, but she's definitely like got a nice physique. Yeah, Lolita. JJ's a flyweight for real. Like she's Marina Rodriguez and Rose. I give them a pass when it comes to making the weight. They're fine. Right. Yeah. She could take maybe a couple shots throughout the fight. It's gonna have to be spread out, but you can't walk through none of her joints. You can't walk through three of them. To be honest, Andrade is a great strawweight, but she's an overall great because she can be in any division. If she has height, she will be the greatest. Yeah. Andrade is definitely going down as one of the best fighters in WMMA of all time. Man, I mean, like she could be, she's got one of the best resumes. I mean, she's definitely got one of the best resumes. And she was a good strawweight. But there was still that trouble she had with fighters like Joanna and Zhang Wei Li that kind of stumped it. But yeah, I definitely think she's definitely going down as one of the better fighters, man. How long do you think Casey O'Neill can hold on to that? Oh, that's a good question right there. I mean, I got an answer for it right off top, but how long do you think Casey O'Neill can hold on to that? Oh, while she's in the flyweight division, I'm gonna say it depends on who she fights, but and it's no disrespect to her because it's gonna be learning experiences in the UFC, but I see her holding that maybe for it all depends on how they push her. I'm gonna say maybe a year, and I'm being nice. because even your better fighters in the division, like um, Manon Firo, they have lost, or on the level around her, they've lost one. Taylor Santos had her day where she lost one. Um, the Andrea Lees, they've lost. Uh, Miranda, she's got one on her record. Uh, yeah, I think Casey O'Neill, she might hold it for like another year. And again, two beats. I'm being nice. Like, it depends on who she fights. It depends on how they move her. It depends on how they move her. Let's put it that way. Like, if they put her in there with like a Courtney Casey next, or Juliana Mateo, she might keep the O. She might keep it. But it all depends, man. Because Jillian Robertson might take that O. If Jillian Robertson's next opponent, then by the end of this year, that O might probably be gone. And keeping an O in MMA is not like a big deal to me. Like, you can still be a great fighter with a loss or two or three, So I don't know, man. Like, because if she loses it now, that's going to tell her where she's at, Because like right now, the level of opponent she's beaten, I'm still not. I can't put her in that threat list like I do with Taylor and them, Like Manon. Manon's not ranked yet, but I see big things for her because of her style. In Manon Firo, people think I'm overhyping her, but it's like, nah, man. Like, Manon Firo has got a style about her that's gonna be problems. Robot Chicken said JJ is a weight bully. Won't fight anyone unless they're undersized. I don't know, man. Like, pretty much everybody's shorter than Joanna, right? Every day that she's fought, except Rose, and we saw how that went. So yeah, everybody she beat has been undersized. She won't fight. Joanna won't fight Marina Rodriguez, though, will she? She won't fight Marina Rodriguez, and that's the fight I want, man. I really want to see that fight. Roger, what's going on, man? I'm breathing. I ain't trying to breathe too heavy on the mic. Stretching. Jason Rose said, I think, don't quote me, Kayla Harrison fought in judo at 171. I told you, man, I could tell by her physique, man, how she walks around. Like, she'll get down to 155, but when I'm looking at Kayla's looking like a 175 pounder when she's just on her off day. Shoot, Amanda Nunes walk around like 175, 160 pounds. I wonder what Megan Anderson gets up to on her days, like her off days. I think Megan Anderson probably get up to like 180. She like, she's 6 foot, so it balances out on her. No, let's see what her judo weight was if I can find it too. Oh, okay. One page says Kayla fought at 165 pounds. Yeah, and another says 78 kilograms. 165 pounds, and one says 78 kilograms. 78 kilograms, like 170 pounds, right? All right. Yeah, 172 pounds almost. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even know. I was like, I'm about to be breathing in the mic like that. Yeah, because I'm just like leaning back, right with my face on the mic. So I was like, let me move out the way before I keep breathing on you. Yeah. Oh, I'm kind of in relaxed mode too, so I'm just like laying back. So So yeah, you might hear me breathing because I'm just chilling right now, man. Robot Chicken said Calvillo is a weight bully, missing weight on purpose to have an advantage. I don't think she do it on purpose. I think that's just no discipline. No discipline right there. Lolita says something that was interesting. Yeah. JJ has a thick core. Rose has a petite core. Exactly. That's what I was saying earlier. JJ's got that thick core, and Rose is a little bit more petite. Mary Thomas, who do you see Val fighting next year? If she don't close the year out by fighting Lauren Murphy, then it'll probably be Lauren Murphy next year. Yeah. Roger said he sees Val fighting this year. Yeah, because if it's 180 days, like I said in my video, it should be like a regular turnaround time. By the time 6 months pass, or however long they take to clear her, she should be ready to go. I mean, clear November, she'll be good to go and fight in December because she stays ready, right? Let the injury pass, whatever it is pass. Boom, she's ready to go. Get in a few weeks. She's prepared for Lauren Murphy in December. Yeah, so I see it being Lauren Murphy, but if they don't cross over in January, yeah, December, I could see it becoming. I could see that fight coming in December. So, yeah, I think it's gonna be Lauren Murphy. I mean, Dana says one thing. He says that he don't think it is. Dana says she's not. Who else is gonna be? Who else is gonna be in the flyweight division? There's a lot of ducking. Joanna won't fight Rodriguez. Rodriguez won't fight Dern. Dern won't fight Joanna, and Esparza won't fight Joanna. That ain't too much ducking there. I mean, Rodriguez said she would fight Dern in September, October. So that's the only one I can really argue. Like Joanna don't want to fight Marina. I know that. Dern, I didn't know she didn't want to fight Joanna. I know Joanna don't want to fight Rodriguez or Dern, but I didn't know it was vice versa with Dern. So Esparza don't need to fight Joanna because she's gonna fight Rose. So those two I don't agree with. Esparza, she trying to get the big fight. She trying to get the strap. Marina, she'll fight her in September, October. So I can understand her argument. High Five said strawweight max should be 5. I don't really know if you can really put a restriction on strawweight limit with height. It's got to be with your body weight. It's got to be with your muscle mass and your overall thickness to your body, your bone density almost. It can't be height because there can be some tall frame people out there. Some skinny people that can't make flyweight. Some just got small bones. Like Roger said, she should fight JoJo Murphy winner. Oh, meaning Murphy. Okay, I got you. Okay, she should fight Murphy. I wouldn't put too much stock in that 180-day suspension. She trains now. Yeah, any time that should be like a regular fight turnaround time, right? That's my whole thing. Yeah, it's like if they get her to come back, well, if they go ahead and say you're cleared, if you cleared in October or whatever, I could see the fight being made in the fall, to close the year out. Because I'd hate to see them go off another 6-7 months when this fight could be made now, man. They said Lauren don't want that work against Valentina. I don't know, man. Like it don't really seem like. Well, look, Jason, I will say this. Look, Carla Esparza, her energy is different. Like Carla on a 5-fight winning streak, she told you what she wanted, right? That's why I give her the pass when you say she ducks Joanna. That's because Carla got the belt on her mind. Carla wants the belt. Lauren Murphy says she wants it, but I just don't get that same type of um, energy the same way. I mean, they're two different people, but Lauren's not really trying to tell Dana White, I'm I'm the one. I'm the one. Cole said Montefiore versus Valentina. Ooh, that I'm gonna have to go with Valentina for right now, but you know, when Montefiore grows, we'll see what happens. Let's see what type of styles she can beat and dominate, or let's see what type of styles that she can uh the style she has trouble with. So a little early to tell, but I mean I know it'd be like a good stand up fight though, man. But we gotta talk about Montefiore more. We'll talk about her more because flyweight division is getting a little interesting, man. It's You got fighters on a lower level that want to fight bad now. They want to call the champion out bad. Um, your fighters in the top 10 aren't really doing that though. Joanna wants as far as she said she wouldn't mind that fight. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw the interview. Yeah, Joanna wants that fight. Anything to get her, any easy fight to get her to the title. See, she already beat her before. That's why she want that fight. But Marina, nah, she said there ain't no guarantee. Talking about Montefiore in the same sense as about like trying to cash a voided check. Where's my money? Lauren Murphy via Vaughn flu choke. Dang. Robot Chicken said Valentina. What? Okay. How does that play out? Joanna was posting some video of her fight or training again, so I don't know what she's preparing for. Robot said he said because she's a weight bully. Right, right. Yeah, she calling her out because she wants the smallest, easiest fight. Like, why don't she fight Marina? Like, I was like, call out Marina Rodriguez. Ain't nobody gonna give you that belt. Be honest, I want Santos and Montefiore fast track to a title fight. Yeah, I don't want to rush though. I don't want to push him hard, but I want to see him get there. But I don't want to rush him to the title. Carl has confidence over Rose. Carl has confidence over Rose other than any top five. I say Whaley versus Carl so that Rose can have her long holiday. Roger said, let them all come and Val will send them all back down packing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, flyweight division is interesting. I like it, but there's got to be like some type of interim title there, man, because like there's just too many levels difference from Valentina and the other champions, man. Like I haven't seen anybody yet that could make a 50-50 fight with Valentina. Everybody else has been 50-50 with each other, but when it's Valentina, it's always 97-3. Lauren Murphy versus JoJo 50-50. Lauren Murphy versus Caitlyn 50-50. Caitlyn versus Andrade going Andrade's way is 70-30, or you see stuff like that, but every time it's Valentina, it's always 99-1. 99-1, 98-2, 97-3. Jennifer Maya came in. I said it was what probably gave her the best chance, but even then it was like 80-20. When it all came down to it, 80-20. Nas doing great. She'll be in the top three really soon. I think I give Manon being in the top three maybe another year and a half. Depending on what next year looks like. Depends on what she looks like against Myra Buena Silva too. God, dog, every time Every time I think I'm caught up, hold on. Even those I don't feel caught, I think she can jump. She can beat Joanna rematch. I still think she's done enough for a title. Right? Yeah. She did enough. Strawweight, flyweight are both quite bottom heavy. There's lots of matchups to be made to get things moving. Manal's a former champion in both her organizations. Yeah, I've been watching her for like a few years. I've seen all her fights though. I've seen all of them in the UFC. Not in the UFC, but I've seen all her fights in the UAE and the UFC, and yeah, all her professional fights. It was like 6 of them. Yeah, I like her. Yeah, she's definitely somebody I've been keeping the eye on. Being in the top 3 of the flyweight does not mean being ready for Valentina. You're not competition. No, it's like it's just another level, man. It's just another level right now. Yeah, I think Dana's looking at that money, man. Dana's looking at that money. I wonder if Valentina would be able to get takedowns like Nunes did with Jermaine. If Valentina fought somebody where she would have to, I think maybe she could get a couple down, but it's gonna be tough, man. Like if Pena could get some takedowns, I think she could on GDR, but it's gonna be hard though. GDR working on that takedown defense and her striking. Put that together, she'll be a tough customer, man. Like she'll be like a bigger Joanna from what she faced. Joanna did go 5 rounds with Valentina. I give her that. You know, um, yeah, she did go 5 with her. Yeah, I've said that before. Yeah, I've said that in some past videos. Valentina's like a Mayweather at flyweight. Like I don't see anybody beating her, man. Like Floyd. There was Floyd, and then there was the other welterweights. It's just a different level. Oh, Roger said, can Bullet beat Nunes? Ooh, no. Oh, no. I can't put her there yet. Like, can Bullet be? No, Manal's got some good striking, like good things about her. I want to see him tested though. Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm not putting hype on her. Like, people gotta understand. Like, I'm putting I'm putting her on. I'm holding her to a certain standard because of what I see in her, but I'm not taking her out of the unranked position she's in and putting her in the number one contender spot. I'm not doing that. Manon Firo, I got my eye on her like any talent scout would. I see some potential because this person has a good offense. This person has a good defense. This person knows how to throw a punch right, and they're knocking people out. They're advancing on the level that they're on. So the next job is to be taken to the next level, not to the championship level, but to the next level that they're supposed to go to. If they pass that test early, then we take them to the next level. But Malfiro, no, she got some tools, but the tools need to be tested against the Andrea Lees, the Roxanne's, the Viviana Rujo, Caitlin Chikagan, Andrades. They got to be tested in there. And then, I mean, when you blow them fighters out, then we'll talk Bullet, right? If you was at bantamweight and you were destroying bantamweights on every level, then we'll talk Nunes. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the Montefiore, that's going to be the Montefiore versus Myra Bueno Silva. That's going to be the fight where we can hold her to a certain level. You go in there and blast Myra Bueno Silva out, then we put you in there with Andrea Lee. I want to see that fight. Yes, I want to see that fight. Damn, there we go again. I gotta get caught up. Y'all be moving every time. Either I'm moving too slow or I'm just Dana White. Two choices: Namajunas versus Esparza. Not Namajunas versus Esparza. Both fights make money. You can make both fights. So Manon, excuse me, not Manon. I was looking at the top comment. Namajunas versus Esparza. Enough said. Do you think GDR was scared of Cyborg? People forget she was the champ. She was the champ, but I don't think she wanted to fight her at the time, man, because she never came back to take the fight. Nah, I want to call a fight. I want a good fight. I want a good fight with a contender that's ready. Will Manon get past Buena Silva? Yeah, I think she will. Yeah, Manon's gonna get past Buena Silva. Yeah. You put their styles together. It makes for it's almost tailor made for Manon Fiora's offense. You know, Buena Silva likes to bang. It's going to be similar to Manon Fiora fighting Montana De La Rosa. You know, Montana's tough. She's strong, but she'll take a hit. She'll take a hit again, 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 and again. You know, so the same thing might happen in this fight. You know, I think Manon Fiora is going to do what Marina Moreau did to Mayra Buena Silva. You know, Marina Moreau, she was putting hands on Mayra Buena Silva. You know, she was boxing the hell out of her. And I think Manon Fiora was going to be kicking and boxing. You know, she's going to be throwing punches, throwing strikes. She's going to be kicking her in the body, knocking her back. That side kick to the body. You know, she's going to be touching her. She might get some. Buena Silva going to get some licks in. You know, that shootbox style. She's going to be coming straight forward. She might try to take it to the ground, but I think that accumulation of Fiora's strikes is going to spell stoppage. You know, plus you got a good check right hook. You know, Manon Fiora got a good check right hook. I don't know if y'all be looking, but the right hook is good. I mean, it's money. The straight left hand is down a pipe, and the check left hook, the way she throws it over your, left hand. If you got a low left hand, where she throw it, it'd be smashing. Yeah, so I think Manon Fiora early look can, you know, get this win solid over Buena Silva. Roger said I want to see Fiora versus Santos. That would be good. That'd be good. That'd be a good style matchup. That'd be good style matchup. All right. Yeah, I think that could be it. Robot Chickens. Robert Henry said, "My problem with Manon is I think she's like has the talent to be any other fighter until she gets there. Valentina, I'm sure. I'm not sure I can get it all." Why would you want to see two potential fighters fight each other who can challenge Valentina? Too early to match them up. Or you mean down the road, right? Oh, I didn't think he meant now. I mean, maybe down the road, yeah, because I don't want to see him fight now either. But maybe he mean down the road. Is that what you meant, Roger? Because like, I think, you know, when they get down the title eliminators, when they weed out the top 10, when they weed out the Jennifer Myers or the Jessica Eyes or the Lauren Murphys, when Santos, Fiora, or Maverick gets them fighters out of there, then they start to mix it up and fight a title eliminator. You know, I would like to see them in a title eliminator one day. Yeah, but not now. Yeah, Valentina, her strength is just like different than other fighters. Like I love strong fighters. Like when I look at strong fighters, I look at like Muhammad Ali. His strength is like no other. Like I'm not talking about power because people say he couldn't hit hard, but Muhammad Ali was a strong fighter. You know, Floyd Mayweather, he's a strong fighter. Andre Ward, he was a strong fighter. Who else? Kamaru Usman, he's a strong fighter. Like their strength is unreal for their divisions. Like their physical strength is just crazy. Like strength is a big part of being like one of the greats. Like, Valentina, her strength that she brought in the Jessica Andrade fight, nobody thought that strength was there like that. We knew she was strong, but like the way she picked Andrade up like a little baby and just held on to her, like that was strength, man. That was strength in there. Like I love a strong fighter. Like you ain't even got to be able to hit hard, but if you got like physical strength, I am always like impressed. I'm always infatuated with it. Joanna's strong. Like Joanna's a strong ass fighter. Like she's strong. Like you can go 5 rounds. You got like the legs to last. You can push fighters around. I'm always impressed with strength, man. Like really, I'm more impressed with strength than I am with power in fights. That's just me. I always love a strong fighter, man. Right? Yeah, yeah. High five. Yeah, she's strong, but she's not like a one hitter quitter with the punches. But she's strong. Like that's amazing. Like you can always bet on the strong fighter before you bet on the knockout artist because the strong fighter is durable. They can take a punch. They can go 5 rounds. They can go 5 rounds. They're built for it because they got the stamina, they got the conditioning, and they got the exterior for it. You can always put money on a strong fighter and go on Evander Holyfield. You go on these fighters that can take a hit and they got the weight to push you around. They're gonna take it somewhere. But fighters that just depend on power, they won't last all the time. They keep missing, they get winded, and they're out of there. I don't know where Marina Moreau is, boy. Yeah, yeah. Like I love when a fighter is strong. Like it ain't all about the power for me. Roger said, "Use Val uses what she wants. If you think she doesn't have KO power, then you might be surprised. She fights to stay in control." Yeah, like what I've learned watching Valentina and so many fighters like her is that she is she's gonna fight her fight. She's about. I said this before. Self-preservation. It's about me when I'm in the octagon. It's about me when I'm in the box ring. We gonna we gonna fight our fight. We gonna stay in control of the fight. You're gonna stay in my range where I want you at. You're gonna move in the direction I want you in. You're gonna go down when I want to take you down. You know, you're gonna block the body kick. You're gonna block for the body kick while I throw the kick for the head, and I'm gonna knock you out. You know what I mean? So it's all about control, like strength and control is what these fighters are about. These champions, Valentina, man, like I said, that's what makes her on another level. It's about control, like fighting her fight and not worried about what the opponent brings. Like Valentina didn't have a blueprint going into the Jessica Andrade fight. She tried something out. She said, "We're going to do it this way." You know why? Because when you try to come in with a game plan and it don't work, that's one of the first keys to losing a fight because you committed yourself to a game plan, and when that game plan don't work, you almost up creek. You know what I mean? When you up the creek, you would be thinking, okay, what do we do now? Because we had everything invested in a game plan instead of just being a fighter and being in control. You got to be in control. Mm, 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 mm. It's fun to see who will rise up to fight. Yeah, it's always fun to see. It's always fun. Like I haven't seen anybody be a threat to her. I mean, I see threats to the top 10, but I don't see any threats to Valentina right now. Like it's fun to watch. Yeah, always. It's just fun watching fights. I have fun watching fights in period. But when I don't see anybody, I'm gonna just be honest. Like, no, this fighter ain't gonna beat Valentina yet. This fighter ain't gonna beat her. She might give her a round or two. She might win one round, but I don't see her overall beating. That's what I was talking about before. Like, I may see one fighter might take one round from Valentina, but taking a round, that's one thing. Are you prepared to win the war? You might win one battle out of 5 rounds, but you're not going to win the war with her because it's about how she controls you and what she can take away from you and what she can make you do. Fighters who depend on what they do best all the time will not prosper. Yeah, you can't really depend on one thing in a fight. I saw an interview from Liz Carmouche. Liz said that Valentina will piss all over your game when you fight her. Yeah, you got to. You got to. Bernard Hopkins, he's same way. Bernard Hopkins, like, he will put you in like a clinch fest. He will hit you in the kidney, in the back of the head. He will rough you up to the point you're like, what I can't get my game going. It's a level of disrespect. Like, everybody got to respect the sport. You got to respect your opponent. But when it comes down to fight plans and blueprints, you got to disrespect your opponent. You respect them for fighting you and taking the fight, but you got to disrespect them when it comes down to getting your victory, getting your point across in there. High five. Joanna's final fight in the contract will be huge. Who's that lucky worthy opponent? She surely recognizes a great fighter. Joanna talks facts here and being savagely honest. Her final fight in contract? I don't know. She probably looking for a title fight though. I don't know though. Like, right. Andrade didn't land a KO punch on Valentina, but hurt her ribs. Huh. I didn't see anything big, man. I gotta go back and look at this fight, man. I didn't see anything laying that big, man. Gotta be something else, man. Okay, let's see. Okay, now we finally caught up. All right, we caught up. Y'all talking about the injury. Yeah, we are kind of on that topic, so that topic is covered because that's what I really wanted to cover on Valentina as far as what's going on. Like, apparently, it's nothing like we think, and if her suspension is up before then, I think we good to go, man. We might see her fight Lauren Murphy in November or December, and I'm fine with that. I'm ready for that. Again, Lauren Murphy is just another fighter that's in line that earned her shot, but her bringing that. Adversity that Valentina's never seen before. I can't say that she'll do that. Like, one thing about champions like these fighters, like the Floyds, the Valentinas, they train hard and they cover everything, every possibility in training, so the fight is much easier. You know what I mean? Like, they cross all their T's, they dot all the I's in training, they prepare for the worst in training. So when you get into the actual fight, it's on another level. And I think that's what a lot of people don't understand too. Like, what you see in a fighter's performance, that's what reflects their training. I know that sounds simple, like everybody should know that, but like what you see happening in a fight and the way a fighter loses and the way they react, that's kind of what what's going on in training. It's reflecting training in some ways. Like some things might be, some fighters might be skipping some things in training because they don't like to do it. You know, they don't want to touch this aspect because they don't think it's something they need. So when it comes down to the fight and they lose, that's your answer right there. So when you look at Valentina covering everything you see her doing there, that's what they're doing in training 10 times over, you know? So I know that sounds simple, but that's true. Like what you see a fighter's performance look like, that's reflecting their training. Oh, hold on. Jason Rose said, breaking news. Khabib coach says Khabib misses the feeling and gives a timetable of a possible return. Well, Khabib trying to come back already. Can't stay away, man. You know, if that's what you're born to do, you're going to try to stay in it till you got to stay in it until, man. Until. Dang, I heard about Luis Pena too, man. Luis Pena. Wow, man. I got to look more into that. But yeah, man, like Luis Pena, I saw that article, man. I was like, what? I heard about Luis Pena having some problems before, but I didn't know it was like that, man. Yo, dang. Ooh, my damn neck. Ugh. Ooh, stretch. Lolita said, talk about Lemos versus that lie on the ground, one dimensional monster at. Wow. That fight will go one round, Lemos. Talk about Lemos first. Okay. I think healer the mind body coach. What's going on, man? Uh I think this is a this is a fight I don't think Ruiz should be in right now. You know, Conejo Ruiz should not be in this fight. She should not be in this fight. I know she beat Cheyenne Bays, but I'd rather see her in there with a fighter like Kay Hansen or Corey McKenna. Amanda Lemos should be fighting her way up the rankings. I mean, agree, disagree? What do y'all think? Like Amanda Lemos should be fighting. Let me see. Claudia Gadelia. Did I say that? Yeah, she should be fighting like a Claudia Gadelia or a Tisha Torres or a Michelle Waters. Amanda Lemos is number 14 right now, right? Amanda Lemos should be in there with Ebos or Waterson or Gadelia. That's just me. I think, you know, Ruiz making her UFC debut and beating Cheyenne Bays, giving her a top 15 opponent is too soon. Again, that's just me. I think Ruiz should be in there with like a Lemos, not a Lemos, but like a um, Kay Hansen or Corey McKenna one more time just to prove where she's at. But Lemos, just off the fact that Lemos, you know, shows more promise and she's been getting better and she's in the top 15, I just think Lemos should get a chance. You know, I think she should get a chance to elevate instead of an unranked fighter. Lemos, I think, got way more skills at her disposal. Um, all right, Jason Rose, see you, man. Jason Rose is out. I think Lemos just has more skills to her advantage going into this fight, man. You know, you got to be able to do more than that headlock. Like maybe she got more to her game. I've seen her fight before, but she's a very in your face fighter that's open to striking. You know, Cheyenne Bays was piecing her up before she got taken down in that headlock. You know, Cheyenne Bays did have her moments with her hands, but Lemos is much better with her hands. You know, Lemos, she stopped Liviana Ratsusa, who's, you know, good, rugged, come forward fighter. So I think Lemos is gonna put them leg kicks together. She gonna measure that distance good, you know, and she's gonna be throwing a jab. She's gonna be keeping that jab in the face, man. You know, I just see her having that skill set, man. That's gonna be trouble for Ruiz. You know, Ruiz just needed one more of them other fights, like I said, one of those other fighters that's not in the rankings yet. But dude, Cheyenne Bays, boy, Cheyenne Bays. I remember Cheyenne Bays said she wasn't gonna get put in that headlock, but boy, she got put in that headlock every single round, man. She was like, she ain't gonna get me with the headlock. And then boom, every round she got put in that headlock. Hold on, let me see if I can find that. Cheyenne Bays versus Ruiz. Where was it? She was like, she ain't gonna put me in that headlock. And I think somebody cut a video of that together. Like Cheyenne Bays said, she ain't gonna put me in the headlock. And then it cuts to the fight, and she's just getting tossed around. And that lets you know Cheyenne Bays, she got to make adjustments in there too, man. Like she did good with her striking, but she kept getting put in the headlock, man. Oh man, that was crazy. Hold on. Yeah, they had beef. Man, they two girls had beef. Anyways, let me see. Let me go back up here. Lemos did, but that was a long time. Yeah, it was a while ago when she got sent out for 2 years. Yeah, Val, her core is unreal. That's a big part of your strength. That's where all of that power comes from your kicks and your punches and how you turn punches over. All of that's from that core. Lolita Lemos is looking mighty fine. I cannot wait until she puts down that fighter, Montserrat. I mean, Montserrat Ruiz, like I like her. Like she's exciting, you know, but I just don't think this is time for her to fight the top 15 fighter yet. Lemos needs another fighter. Lemos needs a bigger fighter than me. Ruiz only had one fight in the UFC, and this is, I think, too dangerous for her, man. Yeah, Corey McKenna, like I said, Corey McKenna or Kay Hansen versus Ruiz, that would have been good, man. That's what I wanted to see. But yeah, man, I think we talked about pretty much everything on here. I didn't think we'd get through it, but we kind of worked into everything. We talked about the PFL card. We talked good conversation on Torres and Hill. We talked about Clarissa. Talked a little bit about weight bullying. Not the Verna deal. We know that Verna's not a weight bully, but I don't think Rose Namajunas is. I don't think Marina Rodriguez is. I think Joanna can move up the flyweight now. I think she's good for it now. And yeah, we covered Valentina, different good things to talk about her. But let me see. I'm gonna get out of here in like another 10 minutes. We got another question. We got any other questions? Anything? What's going on? What else? What else if I get up out of here? One more question before I go. Oh, Cheyenne Bays versus Gloria DePaula next month, huh? Gloria DePaula, yeah, lost to Jenny Frey. Something told me Jenny Frey was gonna win that fight too. That's why I was like, I can't pick against her. I was like, Jenny Frey got that style, man. Jenny Frey beat her. I like Jenny Frey though. I like her. Lemos against, yeah, not a weight bully. No, Lemos versus Gadelia. Get rid of that fight. Yeah, gotta make that fight happen. That's a good name on her resume. Bays versus DePaula next month. Yeah, I definitely want to see Joanna versus Whaley too. That's one of my top fights. I talked about that in the video. Gotta see that fight. That's a major fight, like major non-title fight. If JJ moved up, she would be right under Valentina. Yeah, I think her and Caitlin Chikage would have to fight, and maybe she rematch Andrade or something. Robert said, "Yo, I ain't doing no bullying. She ain't fighting." Yeah, she ain't fighting, man. Yeah, and I definitely want Rose versus Carla too. Oh, Stamina said, pretty much what we talked about. Stamina. That's we just kind of went there into it. We the just her suspension thing. The 180 days. We already talked about it, so we just kind of went straight into the topic, I guess. So Roger came around. We started talking about it. Y'all started talking about it. So that's pretty much all it was, just about the 180-day suspension. And yeah, we just talked about her as a fighter pretty much. So yeah. Yeah, that was all. Yeah, Lemos got good combinations. Yeah, she does. Yeah. Yep. Chikagan would be the name for Joanna. Yep. That would be a good fight. That would be a good stand-up fight, man. Joanna's much more committed to hitting harder than Caitlin. Caitlin's tricky though, man. I don't know. Caitlin got tricky footwork though. It's going 5 rounds though. Caitlin versus Joanna definitely going 5 rounds. If they could go 10, they would. I would. He said slap Dana White's hand with the fly swatter. Don't touch that. Yeah, don't touch that, man. Nobody wants to see that fight, man. Not yet, at least. Robot Chicken said, fighting Joanna again doesn't do nothing for Whaley. I'd rather see fight someone that's more active. It kind of does because it would at least narrow it down to whoever gets their title shot. I mean, after Carla, that way Whaley or Joanna can't argue, because they are number one and number two. But if you put Carla in there, let her get her shot, then Joanna and Whaley can battle it out for the next title shot, after Carla. And it's just a good fight. It's just a good overall fight, man. But yeah, I agree with Marcus, man. You gotta swat that hand, man, and be like, yo, put that down, man. What you thinking? Molly can't stand Ruiz. She can't stand Ruiz. Why? I mean, I really don't want to see her fight Lemos either, but I find her entertaining. I mean, she's all right. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, Robot Chicken says she's exciting. Yeah, I think she is. But let's see, y'all. Before we get up out of here, what do we got this weekend in the UFC? We got Julia Avila and Julia Stoyarenko. Got that fight. That's the only women's fight on the card this weekend. Avila and Stoyarenko. And for Bellator, oh man, next month is Juliana Velasquez and Denise Killholz too, man. That's gonna be a good fight, man. Don't forget about that, yo. That fight's going down. Velasquez versus Kielholtz, July 16th. Yeah. Yeah, Liz Carmouche versus Conor Watanabe. That is what, Friday. I'm gonna check that out in between PFL, and we'll see how that fight goes. I don't know. I think I got Liz Carmouche in that fight. I think I got to go with Liz Carmouche in that fight. I actually thought Laura did enough to beat Watanabe, but that's just me. Uh, yeah, really. I mean, it really is like, she's top 15. That fight isn't really no big. It's really no big thing, man. Like it's not a big fight. Yeah, Velasquez Killholz, that's gonna be good, man. I like that fight. I've been wanting that fight in that division. I gotta do a breakdown for that fight, man, because that's coming up. July's got a lot of good fights, y'all. We got Aspen Lab versus Chase on, Miranda versus Macy, Sarge versus Priscilla Cachoeira. A lot of good fights, man. All right, Robert Henry's out the door, and I think I'm about out the door myself. We're gonna wrap this thing up here. I like Connor to win, but I think Liz will blanket her way to another win. Yeah, I like Connor to win too. I think she's a pretty good fighter, but I think her defense is spotty and her striking is a little bit uncoordinated. Very uncoordinated. Uncoordinated. I think Liz Carmouche is a little bit more cautious, and um, she doesn't really take too many chances. And I don't see her giving Watanabe a good chance to hit her. So I could see Liz going in there and just kind of winning a safe decision. Yeah. But all right, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here. Thanks for everybody coming through in the chat. Always good conversation with y'all. We had some good talk. I'll probably be back on. I got some stuff to do tomorrow, and I'm putting some work in this whole weekend. So I'll probably see y'all Monday. Yeah, we come back on Monday. We'll talk about the weekend's fights. We'll talk about PFL and all of that. It ain't a fun weekend coming up. It's a busy weekend, y'all. So yeah, man. Yeah, again, shout out to everybody in chat coming through. And well, I gotta ask y'all this next time, but I was gonna say, if you have you know what? Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna try to get Miranda Maverick on soon. And if you have a question for Miranda that you want answered, leave it in the comment section of the video. Not in the comment section here, but leave it in the actual comment section of this video. If you have a question. This audio is going in and out here. There you go. Yeah, don't leave it here in the comment section where we're chatting. Don't leave it in the chat. Put it in the comment section. Yeah, just put it in the comment section of the video. If you got a question for her, I'm gonna put the questions together and then try to get a date with her back on. Soon. Definitely gonna do it before fight night. So leave them in there. Once again, I am Combo Breaker 99, y'all, and I am out. Make sure y'all subscribe. Peace.